There we go. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm connecting to you right now, okay? This is just a little bit. I'm connecting to your energy right now. Can you breathe in and breathe out? Tell me if you feel anything.
I think my breathing feels a little bit better, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Your head feels very groggy too. Your head feels very groggy too. Your right lung doesn't seem as badly affected as the left one.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel anything in your lungs? I mean, do you feel anything in your hands?
I had some tingling in my palm.
Okay. Do you feel the energy moving upwards your elbows?
Yes.
Okay, good. Once it hits your shoulder, let me know.
I can feel it in my shoulder.
Okay, I'm going to go into your lungs now. I'm going to loosen the congestion in your lungs, okay?
Okay.
Do you feel better? Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Okay. On count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Better?
Yeah. Yeah.
Much
Do you see any kind of metaphysical association with the physical symptoms that I'm experiencing?
Not that right now I don't think so.
Okay.
But what I saw in your left lung on the left side, it's not thank goodness it's not both your lungs that are infected, it's your left lung.
Mm-hmm.
And your left lung, have you been doing spiritual work too? I mean, like, do you heal other people?
No. Uh, um, no, I mean, I think I do sometimes, and just in terms of listening and empathy, but not on a professional or any formal basis.
Okay. So be very careful because sometimes you absorb stuff from other people and you don't realize it. But right now we're looking at a health issue, and your left side of the lung has got there was the thick yellow muck, the thick from the flat,
Yeah.
and also part of it has turned green. Okay, this is your lung, the left side. It's on this side of the chest that it has become green. So you will still need to go to the doctor and
Okay.
go and get some very strong antibiotics. Have you already seen the doctor?
Yes, I've actually had 2 treatments of antibiotics. Yeah.
Okay, good. And also this part of your throat, whatever is affecting you this side, has come to this part of your throat is also flashing. So later when we do the actual healing, we sign up for the 15 minutes and then Dean can be a little bit more precise.
Okay.
Right now, what we've done is only the initial investigation, and I know how uncomfortable it is for you because it's really thick. It's like this is your lung, and the yellow stuff is thick and it cannot, it blocks it blocks the oxygen. I don't know what you call it, but I removed as much of the yellow green stuff as possible.
Thank you.
And the rest of it, I've shone healing light on it to loosen it. So it's just a temporary fix right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Elise. Claire. Hey, Karina. Claire, are you with Elise? Are you her friend? No?
No,
Okay.
no, we are not.
Okay. What? Sorry.
My friend didn't join yet.
Oh, you have not been sleeping, Elise.
I slept good last night.
Whose background noise am I listening to? Okay. I have to adopt the lotus position right now because we have are you all of you familiar with Kuan Yin? Do y'all know who Kuan Yin is? Well, she's here. Vinny, hi. Welcome. So anyway, it's already 2:05. Do you want to start now, Dean?
Sure, we can start.
What happened to me? How did I get that? Oh, there. Oh, there. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me check with everybody. Michael, Gabriel, Ariel, are you here? Are we ready to start? Hello, Kuan Yin. Welcome, welcome. Join us. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right now we have 8 of us here. Okay. So this makes it simple. Now, okay. Karina, you're looking better. Now, let me see. Claire, Vinny, Elise, and Francine. 4 of you, please reach out to Dean privately and please provide him all your details. You are also given the option to either talk to us after later when Dean takes over, or you can book a private 15-minute session at your own time. There's a link with a calendar on it that you can connect to and select your time.
It's not there yet, so.
Okay, well, Dean put it up, so.
I will. And let's explain to them what we're talking about if they're new. So we're going to do some healing work with the angels and with your astrology chart later. And if you're willing to do it in the group, you can schedule it during this webinar. But if you'd like it privately, you can schedule it another time. But what I need you to send me in the chat is your full name, your birth date, your birthplace, and if you know it, your birth time. And I'm going to put up a link where you can just make an appointment at any of those times today. And you can put it into that. But I have to do something first, so it'll show up in the chat in a little bit as soon as I fix an issue, because I'm changing some website stuff right now. Okay.
Okay.
And if anybody has a question, ask it now, because it may not be clear what we just said.
All right. Now, the way that we work in this, for those who are new here, it's called Conversations with the Archangels. It's where we will start with a message from either one of them, or when they feel that it's the right time to give a message. But primarily why it's called conversations is because we will also be talking to some of you individually. Depending on how many people in the room, I might be able to go through all of you or maybe just some of you. But what happens is that the angels will respond to you through me. So I always say this to protect myself. It's a liability clause. Do not shoot the messenger, okay? Because I don't control what the angels will tell you. And the angels, the archangels, we're talking to Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel. They are my four cornerstones because I literally grew up with them in my ear all the time. So they've been guiding me and they've been very responsive with me. But right now, when they do talk, sometimes the lingo comes about, the verbiage comes about a little bit different. Those who know me and have been here many times, you understand what I'm talking about. But we cut the chase, we cut to the chase, and we literally examine you in and out. There will be times when I will also be looking at your books, meaning the books that we all have that's attached to us from birth, identifying our past life, all our actions and thoughts, only if necessary. But otherwise, you're free to ask questions as well. So if you do have any questions right now, before I start the opening prayer, the opening blessing, please type it. You can type it to me privately. You can put it in the open room chat box. It doesn't matter, but ask your questions. And as I said, this is where conversations comes in because they use me, my mouth, to channel whatever the answers are. And it's a back and forth conversation. All right. Now, again, please type your questions. Okay, who's going to do the opening prayer today? Okay, we will. Okay. Heavenly Father, who art in heaven, we thank you for this opportunity for us to come down and meet everybody. We thank you for your blessings, your guidance, and for allowing us to reach out to help all these people, especially during these troubled times, this troubled crisis. Let no one leave hungry. Let no one leave feeling as if they have not been fulfilled or touched by any one of us today. Let no evil permeate this meeting. Let no evil come between the messenger and the speaker and the participants. We banish evil in the sight of God. We remove evil. We remove malignant entities and energies. Let this meeting proceed forward with the peace and love of God, and let there be no darkness that will be allowed to penetrate this sphere of light and to destroy the intention or to contaminate the intention, the good intentions of which we are choosing to fulfill. Let all persons here be made aware that God is great, God is good, and God is heavenly. We will preside over this meeting. Amen. Thank you. All right. Now, okay, now, are there any questions? Nope. Okay. T, could I see you, please? Somebody's grandmother is here. I'm not too sure who, but somebody's grandmother is in one of the rooms here. Who is it, Gabriel? somebody have a grandmother who passed about 2 to 3 years ago? Oh, hi, Dad. Okay, I thought you were Vinny. Okay, seriously, there's a grandmother floating around somewhere here who wants to reach out to the family, who wants to reach out to a little boy. So her name has, when you say about 4, what, oh, it could be you. Yeah. What do you mean by about 4?
About 4 years ago.
Yeah, close to that, about 2, 3, 4, that stretch of time. She's very concerned about a little boy, her grandson. So that's to you.
Okay.
All right. She is saying that she's very concerned because the ambient atmosphere that that he's being raised in, she feels that it is not very conducive to a healthy situation for the boy, that he's being influenced by the situation around him. Not only that, it's also that when you know, whatever negative situation that is there in a relationship, in your relationship, is also affecting him. He's picking up on that energy. And so therefore, what she's explaining to me, I'm sorry if I don't talk properly because I've got a cut on my tongue, but it's also therefore very, what she's explaining to me is that if he tends to like get very agitated and very, very short-tempered, or it's as if like something is bothering him. It's because of the energy, and she has been there and she's seen it happen. Her name has an S in it somewhere. Does it have an S? S.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's her. And you're saying, for goodness sake, girl, go sort out your life. Get your life back on track. Because right now it is affecting your son, my grandson. Is it grandson? No, my great grandson, or something like that. Son, you know? But she's showing me a young boy, very cute. He's got like darkish hair, and he's very mischievous. He's got this mischievous personality, and he's actually very bright, but he's very disturbed. Is he going to school already? Because what she's showing me is that he gets whatever he's picking up from home is affecting him with other people in school. I see.
He's been homeschooled for the past 4 years, of almost 5, I think.
But is he having social issues with other people? I mean, in a group.
With his some of his friends, not all of them, just because he doesn't like that some of his friends not being honest. So he really points out, and he's trying to avoid them.
Okay, but the message that Gabriel is giving you here right now is that you are now at a crossroads. You are now at a crossroads. There's no roundabout. It's at a crossroads. And it's almost as if like you're in a boat. And if you don't, out in the middle of the ocean. And if you don't make your decision soon, you don't make a move to choose which direction you specifically want to go, then that boat is going to get a hole and it's going to sink. And then you'll be in an even worse situation. So what Gabriel is saying is that you need to come to a firm decision, because right now you're going back and forth. You're going back, you're going forth. You're going back, you're going forth. And you're not really like, it's like your heart tells you one thing, your mind tells you another thing, your conscience tells you another thing. And it's really conflicted within you. And your grandmother doesn't like seeing you in this way. She's a beautiful person. She can be feisty, but she wants to get her point across. And she's like small. And she is saying that you have to stand up and you have to be strong. You have to learn how to speak up for yourself. You don't need to always take what is directed at you, what is given to you, because it hurts her to see you this way, because it reflects on the family back home, you know, in your home country. And she's saying that this is not the way that I wanted my kids to be raised. And she doesn't want it, she doesn't want your son to grow up thinking that your that the okay, I'm going to try and be very diplomatic. I can be diplomatic because this is your grandmother, not Gabriel. So she is saying that don't let the sins of the father become the sins of the son as he grows up. Do you get what that meaning is? So she's saying that don't, you know, she knows that you're very distressed, you're very unhappy, but it's not the end of the road. You just have to stand up, be strong, say your piece, and then the right help will come to you. You feel as if like you're on a barren desert, a very hot desert, like the Sahara or something like that, and you're alone, but you're not, because she's saying that the reason why you cannot see beyond the horizon is because you allow yourself to be in a quicksand situation right now with everything that's distracting you and hurting you. It's like you're feeling very very distracted, and it's like it's weighing you down. But she says, you know, she says, girl, sit down, don't despair, think clearly with a clear head, and slowly you will start to see little roads. It's like right now this is a tree, but because of how you're feeling and everything that's going around you, the tree is not branching out. It's the branches are there, but you can't see it. And you have to climb on the branches to get to the top where the air is clear. But you can't reach the branches because you're always looking on the ground level. So clarify yourself. Go talk to a priest or anybody that you relate to. You don't need to spend a lot of money on that. Just go and find like a priest, a pastor. I do not know what, you know, who you feel more comfortable with, because at this time you need to have somebody else to talk to. Okay, but spiritually we are here for you, and that once you get your head, you know, in the right place, the branches will slowly appear one by one. So you will see one branch first. The minute you climb on that branch with your son, you will see another branch appear, and that is how it will proceed. But this is not a dead end for you. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I see questions. Okay. So, Claire, oh, there you go. Are you native to America, or are you from another country?
Hi, I'm actually from Malaysia.
I'm from Singapore.
So it's actually morning to you.
So are you in Malaysia right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Now, hi Victor. Thank you for joining us. Now,
Hi, Juliana. How are you?
good. Now, I'm very confused, Claire, by your background. Somewhere in the back of you, I see shadows moving around.
Shadows.
No,
No.
shadows. A few shadows moving around. Don't worry, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. But Have you given Dean your birth details already? The time and the date?
Not yet. I was about to check out on the link that he just sent in the group chat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
But do send him your details because I would like to get back to you on this. All
Okay.
right? Okay. It's got something to do with your birth time and something to do when you were born and something I don't understand, but that's what they're trying to tell me. And I think the best person to clarify this would be Dean. But in order to do that, he will need your birth details. And it will be
Okay.
confidential, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna check out on the LinkedIn a bit right now.
Type on search for his name, type on it, and then that when you send the information to Dean, it will be a private message.
Okay.
Or she can click on the link and register it there and make it a
Yeah.
specific time. Okay.
Oh, that. Oh, there you go. Just saw your question. Okay. The screen is like jumping all over the place right now. Is there a way that you could bring your camera down a little bit lower to here? That. Yeah, perfect. All right.
Hello.
Hi. I am wondering who here has a brother or an uncle that's very into motorcycles.
Maybe.
Is that you? That
Me?
is
I'm-
your brother or a male relative in your family into motorcycles?
Not sure. Most men seem to be.
Okay. This person, I'm not talking about your brother now. I'm not zooming in on the male. I'm zooming in on the motorcycle.
Okay.
And I'm connecting it to the male, okay? And this motorcycle has got chrome wheels, and it's tied into a male that is about 32 years old. And the reason why I'm asking you, because the male that's connected to this bike is an Asian.
Okay.
All right. Now, the reason why I'm pulling that up, I'm receiving that is an image, a vision that's given to me by Gabriel and Raphael, because that bike has been involved in is or has been involved in an accident, because the wheels are like upward, it's like on its side and it's spinning.
Oh, okay.
So if it has not already happened, then, and if there's any curiosity from your relatives, I do not know who, around 32, 35, 32, 33, 35, tell them not to get on it at all. Okay? So regarding your brother, I'm not getting anything about your brother right now. Maybe it's not the right time for me to look at it, because if there was any concern, they would pull it out for me. So if I get anything about your brother, I will come back to you on this, okay? It's not, because the session has only just started, but for some reason, they're not allowing me to see your brother right now. All I see is the motorcycle, the back wheel, okay? All right. Karina, have you done the stage? Yeah.
I still have Sage and Erica has Sage. So we both have that already.
How was it last night?
It was good. It was good. I think Erica was really tired afterwards, but we tried at one point. Her son got really like you could tell there was something bugging him. So we tried. We both hugged him, and I did what you said to go do afterwards outside. And my sister has two dogs, and they're super friendly dogs. They're usually just wanting attention. And when I went to go put my hand on the floor, that poor dog was so afraid of me.
Yeah. Well, you know why and everything, right? So,
Yeah.
but your daughter is what I'm concerned about. Your daughter is okay? She slept properly?
You know, she did. I was afraid that she was gonna want to come and sleep with me again, but she was fine. And then this morning she was good too. She's a little cranky, but that's just her normal these days. But we did have both Erica and I hugged her and tried to take away the anxiety for her too. And I think it worked because she slept, as far as I know, she slept pretty well and she was okay sleeping in her room. She even cleaned it. So that's always a plus.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Victor, you're looking better. And for some reason that you are drawing a blank. I do not know why, but it's almost as if like,
Say again. I didn't understand what you said.
huh? Oh, I say you're looking better. Your aura is better.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I feel better. I'm a little bit more worried about my mom right now.
Okay.
And I actually have my mom's boyfriend here because there was a problem in the house, in the home. So he's here.
So cute. Yeah. Okay. I'll come back to you. Deb. Do you? You have a very strong personality. And this is coming across very evident. And I believe that this is also, for some reason, you have this, I don't know really spiritually what this is referred to, but there's something about your personality that has created a defense shield around you. And for that reason, not many people have done that, are able to do that, but you have done that. There's something. Okay. Yeah, there's something around you that is protecting you. So I'm trying to see, right now, I'm trying to see what they have to say to me about it. But Michael, he says, tell her to lower her shield. But she doesn't know how she got the shield up. Do you believe in the do you believe in the archangels? Do you believe in all this? That's the reason. That's your shield. Okay. Yeah, that is your shield. Okay. You don't need to believe, but you need to open your heart up. You need to relax in order to receive the messages. And I know there's a part of you that wonders if all this is, it's like, who is really talking and what are the messages that is being delivered? Are they like real? That's only for you to know. There's no judgment call here, but they are saying that they are trying to reach out to you, but it's almost like you have this very strong personality, and it's almost as if like you are here to listen, but you're also pushing us away. Do you understand? Yeah, but it's all right. What about the brother? How family? They're telling me that Gabriel's telling me that your brother will be okay. It's just that he has also pretty much a similar kind of personality as you, but he's also very stubborn. He wants, not also, but he is stubborn, and he wants to pretty much explore things on his own. Is that, wait, you have two brothers. Both of them are still, they're here, right? They're not on the other side. Am I correct? Dean, something happened. Where's everybody? I'm looking at a very different screen.
Someone sharing their iPhone screen.
Somebody's sharing their screen.
Yeah, I don't see anybody here. I see Zoom, join meeting.
Did you share your screen by accident?
Nope, I didn't touch anything.
That's all I'm seeing also is somebody's phone Zoom screen. This is Carol. You don't have my picture, but I'm here.
Okay.
Somebody needs to stop sharing their screen. It's on a phone.
It's on an iPhone.
All right. Then now I understand why that now I understand why. Yep. Okay, wait, hold on. Improve. Now your shield is down. Okay, let me get into it. Gabriel and Raphael says that your brother is okay. He is with relatives right now. Do you hear me? Okay. But he is not able to come out because he's still healing for, healing. Because whatever it is that we are afflicted with that causes our passing, when we go over there, when we cross over, it's not an immediate process. It takes time to heal. Okay? But Gabriel is saying that he's healing. Does that make sense to you? Do you? Your brother can't talk right now. I know you're waiting to hear something from your brother, and I am not allowed to go in there and pull him out to talk. But what Gabriel and Raphael are telling you, he is in a good place. He's fine. He's in a place where he's recovering right now. And they're saying that if you want to help him, then you and your family have to, well, it doesn't hurt to pray. Pray for his soul. Pray for him. And because every single prayer that is offered to him, to God for him, it heals his soul faster. It's like a balm that goes over all his pain. Okay? And I know that you're very, you didn't have time for closure with him. It's almost as if like you wanted to say some stuff to him, you know, had you had the time, you would have done more with him. But Gabriel says that I do not know why he's saying this, but he's saying also that you did your best. So there should not be any guilt from anybody because your brother left the way that he was supposed to leave. Okay? I'm really sorry and my condolences, but your brother is being assisted right now. He's not in a bad place, he's in a good place, but he's healing. Okay? And a little bit later, I don't know, but he's, yeah. He is, did he pass recently? Because the way that they're treating him is almost as if like he had just, like a new recruit. But he is, but he's being attended to and he's still healing. All right. So just, I know. And that's why maybe that's the reason why, because when he went over initially, he did not, a part of him resisted. And that's where the stubbornness came from. It's like it was like he was not really prepared to go over to the other side. And for that reason, you know, he's still in the process of being calmed down, and he's still in the process of getting acquainted with the fact that he's no longer in body, but he's in spirit. But he's in a good place. Okay? So I know it's hard to lose a loved one, but we all have gone through that somehow. He is not trapped. And I think he really, really wants to rejoin the family, to come back, because he feels what he's not talking to me, but I'm feeling him. And he feels that it was not time for him to go. He didn't want to go. He was not happy. He was not satisfied. He misses out on time with the family. And he also is like, what I am getting from him is that he apologizes for all the wrongs that he did. I can't hear you. Okay. But yeah. But I know you miss him a lot and you're worried about him. But what you did is correct, the whole ceremony and everything. So believe me, whenever you reach out to a loved one on the other side, he immediately, with your heart, the love, he immediately hears that, he feels that. And it could also be that your yearning to see him again, to hear from him again, to help him has also touched him in a way that he is also feeling sad because he misses out. He misses all of you. Okay? And this is coming from my heart to yours. I have also experienced the loss of a very loved one. And I know that that you need to let them go. You need, like a bird, you need to let them be free so that they will have they need to be free in order to evolve. Okay? So I know it's difficult, but sometimes our dreams of our loved ones that are lost is partly them, but it's also partly us. We influence the dreams because of how we feel. All right? He is on the other side, but the other side is a very general term. When we talk about the other side, there are many different levels that you go in order to get to the place where you are truly happy and comfortable on the other side. But you know, all of you need to as I said, he was also in shock when he left. The way that he left, he was in shock. And he's telling, you know, at first he was struggling and he was saying that this is not me, this is not my time. My family is there, I'm not supposed to be here. The trauma. So you need to, all of you need to let him go with your thoughts instead of missing him. I know you miss him, I know you love him, but also continue to tell him that it's okay, we're ready to let you go, but and come, you're welcome to come back and visit us whenever you want. But one of the reasons why it's hard for him to move forward is because you're not ready to let him go. Okay? He will be fine because right now he's with the right angels. He goes through many different levels in order to reach the point where he's a, you know, he's a pure soul. Right now he's just going through all the trauma and all the things. He may not have passed away recently, but time is calculated differently on the other side than it is here. So, yeah. Okay? Thank you. Okay. So now we are at the 2:45 hour. And Dean?
Yeah.
You want to do the, it's already 2:45.
Okay.
Okay.
So are you saying you could do some healing work right now?
Yeah. We were saying it's from 2 to 2:30, and then from 2:30 to 3 o'clock, and 3 o'clock too. Right?
Okay. So we can do some work with some individuals now, if that's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. We can do at least 3, I think, before we hit the 3 o'clock hour.
Okay. So so I have information for 4 people that you gave me the names: Claire, Elise, Deb. Deb, you're the same person as Vinny, right?
Yeah, that's my son's name.
That's okay. And then Francine. So and if people prefer to do it privately, we could do it after the Zoom, or we can do it during the Zoom. The benefit of doing it during the Zoom is we've got all the angels here and we've got all of each other here, and we can all send healing energy, because this is mainly a healing session, working with the angels, and I'm working with your astrology chart. So if there's anybody who would prefer to do it privately, let me know. You can send me a message in the chat, and otherwise we could just get started, okay? And one of you, Claire, picked a time on the appointment calendar at 3:30. Nobody else picked a time yet. So are you all okay with doing it during this group? Okay. Francine, are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Claire's okay, Deb's okay, and Elise, I'm gonna unmute you. Okay, Elise, you're okay doing it during the group, okay? Is that right? Okay. All right, I'm gonna mute everybody again. Well, maybe Claire, we could start with you because you made the first appointment, but we're just gonna move everybody up and do some early. Is that okay with you?
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at your astrology chart, and let me ask you something. I'm looking at your chart, and see a couple possible things we could work on, but I'm wondering if there's anything in particular that you would like to work on.
No, I think.
Nothing in particular, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm going to ask Juliana to let us know if there's anything in particular. The angels, for some reason, picked you out. And so I'm going to ask them if there's anything in particular they would like to focus on.
I don't know. They keep on telling me time of birth, time of, there's something that happened during her birth that has affected her in a different way. I believe that now, Claire, tell me something. Do you see energy, spirits around?
No.
Okay. Now, but Dean, there's something that Michael keeps telling me to check with you. Her time of her birth, her date, and something about the planets.
Yeah, there's she was born at 1:55 p.m. and she was born in 1993 during a major alignment of planets, just like we're having a major alignment of planets right now. She was born during the Uranus-Neptune conjunction of 1993, which was a big shift in the planet. That's, some things that happened, kind of like the birth of the internet around that time, which really changed the planet. But it was a big change in the collective unconscious, and it was kind of like a very liberating moment in that previous to that, the media was all centrally controlled, and now everybody has internet and everybody can create websites. And so it was a major shift in the planet in 1993. I don't know if that's what Michael is referring to or something just about the time of her birth.
Yes, about the planets. Not, I'm not quite certain what he's showing me, but it's almost as if like there's a collision of some sort, or one back and front or something like that. But the planets are not like, she was born at that a particular time when that happened. Is that correct?
Well, she was born during the alignment of two of the most major planets, Uranus and Neptune, which was a major shift, like I said, just like it is now, a major shift on the planet. And that was maybe the most major shift of that year up until now.
And that has, because when she was born with a lower veil. Is it lower or higher or whatever? But basically, it was not where it's supposed to be, her shield. It was lowered. And that's why I was asking you, Claire, if you feel or sense or see any energy randomly, not you go out to look for it, but randomly, do you come across any, do you see any shadows or any random energy around you when you walk, when you go out or something like that? Because this part of her forehead is a little bit darker than the rest of her face.
Could you explain further on like the random spiritual energy that, because I don't think I do.
There are some people who are born at a certain time, and a certain time, a certain day. And during that time of birth, for some reason, and I'm not very clear about what, right now, as I said, I'm just taking whatever is being told to me. So it affected your, how shall I say it? This is the first time I'm going through all this. It affected your ability it not affected your ability, but it opened your ability to be more sensitive. Let's just put it this way. spiritually. And I know you're an empath, but apart from that, you're not, it's not something that you use on purpose. It's just that persons who are born with a lower shield on their face, they tend to pick up things that other people don't do, don't take. You know, it's not that you're going to do it intentionally, but it does happen where you feel sometimes the presence of somebody with you and you can't explain it.
This one, I don't think I do.
I can tell you some things in her astrology chart.
Mm-hmm.
So, Claire, when you were born, the sun was very high in the sky, and the sun corresponds to the third eye because you were born just after noon. And this tends to make people have a very highly developed third eye and somewhat of a seer. I was born around the same time as you, and I'm looking in the heavens. I'm looking at the patterns in the sky, and I'm looking up at the angels and talking to them. And so you're a similar kind of person in that you have one of your strongest chakras is your third eye, your visual, and you have so potentially more of a seer than the average person. Does that make any sense to you? Or more of a visionary?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
Can you explain a bit further on this one? Like, I don't think I kind of get it, but I think I kind of get it. When you say to look up in the sky and to see things when people don't, in general, among myself and other people, that's where I can see as in issues way much clearer. And I mean, like if there's an issue and I can see that right away and I can see how to solve it, and that's it. But not the one that you mentioned about spiritually or feeling somebody else is right beside me, or yeah, not that part.
Okay, so what I call it is being somewhat of a seer. Like you can see what's going on. Like some people just see the surface of things, but you can see more like a seer, like a visionary, like a more clairvoyant than the average person or something of that nature. And I can see where how we would clear the energy with you if there's a veil or something that needs to be opened up. And that may be what Juliana is referring to. And it would involve connecting the third eye to the other chakras in the front, namely the throat chakra, the heart chakra, and the pelvic chakra. And that would open up whatever this perhaps gift that you have to another level, so you might understand what we're talking about even more.
Yeah, that's basically it.
You're still recapitulating your past lives, and you haven't gotten in touch with all of your gifts yet, because you're recapitulating like past lives means you're reviewing them, going through, repeating some things, resolving some issues from the past, some karmic patterns that you're resolving. But over the next couple of years, you're going to catch up with your development. And right now, if your time of birth is accurate, you're in a major healing process or some kind of an initiation or a shamanic initiation, if you follow what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because, well, let's say the things that we're talking about you're on the verge of experiencing more than you've already experienced. That would explain why you don't know exactly what we're talking about. But
Yeah.
Okay.
And let me clarify something with you. That now they're explaining to me a little bit more clearly. Sorry, Dean. Is that the shadows that I saw just now and I see, like they're moving this way and this way and this way behind you. They're not there to hurt you. It's just that, and I think Dean explained it a little bit more clearly for me too. It's like dimensions, interdimensions are almost like it's like you're standing on the edge. It's like there's no, how shall I explain it, Dean? It's like the parallel dimensions are kind of confused with her.
did you say parallel dimensions are somewhat confused with her?
Yeah, it's almost as if like explaining to me is that we are here. There is always a parallel dimension around us, but there are boundaries. You know what I mean? There are walls because so that we don't confuse one with the other. But for her, the walls are down. So she's literally living one foot in this world and another foot in another world.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the reason why we Michael put out your name to see is because that could be dangerous because of the fact that you don't know what you're getting yourself into, because that world and this world are both the same to you. I don't know how to explain it, but it comes across sometimes as static electricity. It comes across as almost static electricity to a point where, you know, sometimes you feel as if like your hair is standing up. And yeah, so just to explain, Gabriel wants me to explain to you that most people have gifts, but it doesn't mean that you are acquainted with your gifts immediately from birth. It materializes along the way when you are ready. All right. But you have a natural tendency to have one foot here and one foot there. And you don't know, you don't realize this. And that's the reason why I can see shadows walking behind you back and forth. It's because that's the other dimension. You know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, like,
I know it's out there, but I've never seen a person like you. I've never spoken to a person like you before who has this ability to be put here and one foot there. And that's the reason why I'm having a little bit of difficulty trying to explain things to you.
okay, because I don't even know how I did that as well when you
You
mentioned
don't
that. Yeah.
you don't do it intentionally. It's something that is just natural to you. So natural that you don't even realize it's there. I see shadows behind you. I see almost like a different room behind you. So,
Okay.
Dean,
What kind of dimension that is like? Do you mean like different kind of when you mention dimension, meaning a different kind of world?
parallel worlds.
Okay.
It's not a portal, but it's almost like two worlds of your. It's like this is our world, this is another world, and you've got one foot here and one foot here.
Are they more than the two? Do we have more than one or two dimensions?
That it's almost like, well, what do you mean by more than two dimensions?
I don't know. It could be when people mention parallel world, it also means that it's just meaning that, let's say, my choice of going this way and my choice of going that way, and I have every other choices, so that meaning it has more than just one dimension. Is that what it means.
No, you don't have a choice whether you want to go to this dimension or that dimension, because as of now, you are a wild card, meaning that you're not aware of it. So whatever happens is like you don't even realize there's another dimension, you know what I mean? But you have that ability, and that's why they were pulling out, asking me to ask Dean about your chart, your astrological chart. It's almost like a battery. A battery has got positive and negative. You are right in the middle of positive and negative. And you are, as of now, not aware of all this. But as you grow older, things will make more sense to you. And that's where the danger will come in for you. So right now, Dean will work on you. We will work on you and try to work on the neck or something. Dean will know.
Okay, you ready?
Okay. What do I have to do?
Don't
It's
surprise me,
painless.
we're not going to hurt you.
Okay.
Just going to open up your third eye. You're ready to open it up to the next level now. Okay, so you're capable of seeing things in deeper, and we're going to open that up for you now. Okay, so the way we're going to
Okay.
do that is I'm going to ask you to put one of your hands on your third eye, like here, to direct energy there, because that's where we're opening up your third eye.
Oh,
and other people
okay.
can do this too. If you'd like to open up your third eye, this can help you change your pictures in your, like your self-image pictures or around various things. And we're going to open up her pictures in regard to several different areas. And these are actually, the different chakras actually are gateways to the different dimensions that we're talking about. So this is the dimension of light, for example. And I would like you to put your other hand on your throat chakra, which is the dimension of sound. Does that make sense what I'm saying? It's pretty simple, light and sound. And so when we connect these together more and we allow the angels to work through your hands and our hands into ourselves and each other, it will connect better, the ability to communicate visually and to express, you know, your thoughts better verbally. It's like an alignment of the visual, you know, so sometimes when we use symbols, for example, that's a way to communicate visually. Or when you see an omen or you see something that's a good sign, that's visual communication. That's always, the world around us is actually communicating with us. So this makes you ability to see what the message is by connecting the sound and the light. So are you ready to do that? And then after that, after maybe half a minute there, what I would like you to do is move your hand down to your heart chakra, leaving the one on your third eye, because we're mainly opening up your third eye in relation to communication and words and sound. And then the heart chakra will be in relationship to feelings and relationships and things like that. And then you'll keep going and connect, you know, about 30 seconds on each one. You'll connect to your solar plexus, which is where your stomach is. And that is to be able to see more clearly what you need. And this is an area where you may have some wounds. It's almost like sometime in your life you were poisoned, or in a past life you didn't get what you needed. And so there's some damage there, and we'll be healing that. And then finally to your pelvic center below your belly button, that's where your hormones are, your ovaries are, and that's another. These are all areas that could use to be opened up in relationship to your visual center, your third eye. Do you follow me? So basically 30 seconds here, 30 seconds on the heart, 30 seconds on the stomach, 30 seconds on your ovaries, okay? And anybody
Okay.
else who would like to open up their third eye can do the exact same thing. while we're doing it, okay? And then while doing this, ask the angels to assist you in opening up your consciousness and your third eye in particular to seeing greater dimension whenever you are opening your eyes. Okay, ready?
Okay.
So just start. You can silently to yourself just ask the angels to help you, and they'll, send beautiful angelic energy through the different dimensions within yourself. Okay.
Okay.
So let's start right now, and I will be quiet. If Juliana has anything to say, she will add something from the angels. But we'll just start right now and make the request of the angels to open this up right now.
For you, Claire, Raphael, and Gabriel. So these are the two angels that's going to be working with you. Okay.
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 There you go. Okay, let's get started. Okay, everybody, please move one hand down to the heart chakra, leaving the other one at the third eye. Now we're opening up your pictures in your head around relationships, pictures that were imprinted there in your childhood from your family, the way they treated you, scenes that were highly charged emotionally, things from leftover from past lives would have been recapitulated, and any tragic scenes around people that you love or anything like that. Let's clear any issues around relationships now. Any pictures. Okay. You see me twitching, it's because somebody's releasing something. It's like making me explode a little bit. Very good. Now please move the one hand on the heart down to the solar plexus where your stomach is. And this has to do with any pictures you have around getting your needs met. It's like a picture would be like when you look out, you see a garden that is, like a growing lots of food, or do you see an empty, barren landscape? It's kind of when you look in the refrigerator, you see food, or do you see, oh, I don't have anything to eat? This is the picture we have around getting our needs met. Okay, and let's optimize and see a picture of abundance. And everybody ask the angels to help change those pictures if they're could use some improvement. Very good. And now please move the hand at the solar plexus down below the belly button. If you're a girl, that would be your ovaries. This is where the hormones are, the passionate feelings, desires, the part of you that wants children and things like that. Those are the hormones. And this would be, if we have a picture, do we get what we want? This is where our desires are. If our picture is that our desires are met easily and effortlessly, that's great. But if it's a feeling of frustration or a picture of not getting what we want, then let's release and clear that picture with the help of the angels. Be sure to ask. And change it to one of conscious intention resulting in great results, but without attachment. A lot of energy there. That's where the life force is. Okay, thank you. We're going to stop there, but anybody who would like to later, you can connect the third eye to any other chakra, top of the head, the root chakra, chakras on the back. You can do, anybody can do that on their own, and change your picture around anything. Okay. All right. Let's check in with Juliana and the angels if they have anything to say about this.
They are saying that there's a lot of sadness today. And what they're saying that right now, the two primary angels that have been called forward to work on everybody would be Gabriel and Raphael. How do you feel, Claire? Did you feel anything?
I feel normal. I feel fine.
That's good. You have a pretty smile. Okay.
Mm.
Anybody else feel the energy from that just now? Put up your hands. You felt it, huh? I know. All right. Questions before I go into it again? No questions? All right. Dean, are we working on Francine now or later?
We could work on Francine.
Yeah.
Are you
Raphael, run over to her.
ready, Francine?
Yes.
It's a little hard to hear you for
Oh,
some
yes,
reason.
I'm ready.
Okay, great. Okay. So one of the things that we said, if anybody read the emails or the website where we send out messages about these Zoom webinars, is that we're going to be doing a special thing during the 3 o'clock hour every day, because the number 3 is corresponding to the heart chakra. 0 is the halo up here. It points to the space, to nothingness. The 1 are the dots of light that we see in the third eye. 2 is vibration between 2 points for sound, the throat chakra. And 3 is like a triangle, which makes a window in the heart. And so 3 is Venus, like space is 0, sun is 1, Mercury 2, Venus 3, and that creates a triangle. So there's a window here formed by that triangle. And so the number 3 hour, which we're in right now, is going to be focused on relationship issues or love or any transactions between people, even money. It's a transaction between people. Like if you like the food at a certain restaurant, you go spend your money there. It's because you spend your money on what you like. So money and is also part of the heart chakra. So anyway, so I'm just prefacing because we're going to work on Francine's heart chakra, and we're going to be focusing on that for the next couple sessions. And in your case, Francine, is it okay to talk openly about you?
How openly are you?
I'm not going to say anything, Carol. I've actually known Francine for what, 15, 20 years.
Yeah. Okay.
She's helped me at many events that run the show. But anyway, in your case, Francine, the issue in your heart goes to your sacrum, which is beliefs. You may have certain beliefs about love and relationships. You may have trust issues or things like that to work on. So we're going to work on trust issues right now. Is that all right with you?
Okay.
Does it make any sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're not going to go into all the details, gory details about that. But if people would like to work on trust issues and any beliefs they have about relationships or about love, examples of positive beliefs would be, I'm a lovable person. That's a nice belief to have. Other beliefs that would not be so good is, I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, or people can't be trusted, or men cheat, or women, betray me, or whatever those beliefs might be. We're going to release and clear beliefs around relationships and love and things of that nature. Okay?
Okay.
Everybody understand? So we're going to put one hand on the heart chakra. And also, if you have beliefs around money that are interfering with your abundance, you can release those as well, okay? Because those are transactions between people also. The other hand goes on Jupiter, which is the sacrum. And so if you don't know where your sacrum is, let's say that when you were a little kid, you pushed your brother over and hurt him, and then you got a spanking. That would be a negative thing to do in a relationship, is to, intentionally injure your brother or sister, and then you get a spanking. You get a belief in your sacrum, which is, I'm a bad boy, or I'm a bad girl, something like that. Does that make sense? I'm just simplifying why beliefs are there in your sacrum, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So put one hand on your sacrum and one hand on your heart, and let's ask the angels to help us release and clear any beliefs we have around relationships that don't serve us, any mistrust. What's usually the first thing people learn in life when they're born is either trust or mistrust, depending on how they're treated when they pop into the world. And so we're going to clear mistrust and change it to trust. We're going to clear negative beliefs about relationships and love and change them into positive beliefs. Put true love in there if you can, okay? And if you have anything to say, Juliana, before we get started, I'm going to be quiet now.
It's okay. Raphael is with you, very much so. And you also have a male relative with you from the past, a past connection, I would say, that's very strong and who's wanting you, who's looking after you very kindly. But right now, I think there's a couple, that's the reason why Gabriel is with you and Raphael is with you. But he's saying that this person, the energy, the male energy, is telling you that he never left too. But right now, I'm more concerned about your lung, that the issues that you're going through it will put additional pressure on your heart. So let's just do what Dean says right now. Let's look after your health first. Okay?
Okay.
And
Good.
that goes for anybody. If you have any issues with your heart or your lungs, so that's what Juliana was referring to with Francine, something going on with her lungs right now. And so that's why this is something in her chart that is the best way to do that. So let's ask the angels to clear any blockages in the heart or lungs or in relationships or money, any beliefs that we have that interfere, and clear any mistrust and change it into trust. Okay, now be silent for a minute or two while we do this. Okay, we can relax our hands now if you wish, or you can keep doing it if you wish. It's all up to you. So Juliana, is there anything else you'd like to add for Francine?
No, Francine, I thank you. How do you feel?
I feel peaceful. I also feel some sadness and some vulnerability.
Yeah, but you have a beautiful glow around you, so don't worry about it. And always know that you have your guardians, your guides with you, especially that gentleman who is standing behind you with both hands, one on each of your shoulders. And he's saying that don't hold on to, his name has got a P and a H in it, not in that order. Okay. And he's telling you is, why do you wish to bother about, why do you carry the additional weight on yourself? Because like it or not, the world is going to continue turning. Okay. So relax, take a deep breath, and enjoy the moments. I'm saying that Raphael is with you, and even as we speak, he's still continuing to help you and heal you. You have a lot of fears, as you say, vulnerabilities, and I'm picking them all up, and it's making me very anxious also right now. But you'll be fine. Just let it go. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dolly is, wait, hold on. Hey, Dolly. Okay. Um, okay, Dolly, you're muted.
I just unmuted her.
Okay, Dolly. Yeah?
Yes.
Dolly. Hi. I'm sorry I didn't get to your email. I was like kind of busy getting to this point. I think that what you should do is, I think what your children are trying to get you to do and what he is expecting are two different things. I'm not saying not to talk to him, but I would also say that don't come on too strong, too aggressive, because I don't think men like that. But there will come a time when both of you will meet somehow along the way. I don't think that you should be the one to go and make the first approach. You should organize something and allow him to come and invite him over. Okay? And let it take its course. All right? Hello? Are you there? Okay. Dolly, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. But yeah, but right now, if he seems distracted, it's not because he doesn't want to talk to you. It's because he has other issues on his mind. Okay, Dolly?
Okay.
All right. Are there any other questions, Dolly?
No.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay. Dean, the next person.
Okay, the next person is Deb.
Hi,
How are you doing today, Deb?
thank you.
So I have your astrology chart here. And did you have anything in particular that you'd like to talk about, or
I don't know what to I don't know what to ask because usually I just see it off websites when I do put my date and time. So I'm not sure what I should ask.
well, it's fine. We've got stuff we see here, and then we're gonna, for some reason, the angels picked you out, so we're gonna find out why. But I see some things in your chart to work on also already. So
I'm not sure if I was born at 6:03 or the 6:11. I don't know.
oh, okay. It's close enough. Close enough. Not gonna matter. Juliana,
Yes.
before I talk about all the astrology stuff, was there a particular reason the angels were interested in working with Deb?
Yes. You're standing at a crossroads and the load on your shoulders is pretty heavy right now. You have a lot of unanswered questions and you're feeling as if like you really don't know who you can go and talk to. So there's a lot of, I wouldn't say anxiety, but there's a heaviness in your heart. And added to the heaviness is the feeling as if like you've disappointed somebody, you've disappointed others, people who that you feel you should have been there for, but you were distracted at that moment, not allowing you to be there for them. And right now you are also coming to the point where you're asking, where you're beginning to have trust issues for yourself, meaning that for some reason your confidence level has gone like way down and you're not feeling that the confidence to be able to make to be able to affect some or to do some or rather to make some decisions of your own, because you're asking yourself what if, like why, like if I make this decision, am I going to fall? Is this a wise decision to make? Is this a responsible decision? And I don't know what brought you to this point in your life, but just remember one thing Gabriel is saying, that you're living your life for yourself. That's number one. Secondly, is that you can't be expected to make decisions or follow a trail that you were not intended to, that you don't have the abilities, or it's not the right time for you to make that decision. Nobody can force you into doing something that you don't want to. And that is what they're saying right now. Now, and this, I'm not too sure what this means or if this can be validated, but it's almost as if like your feet, you want to move your feet in a certain direction, but something is holding you back to that spot. And I don't understand why, or even if this is or even if I'm hearing it correctly, I'm sorry. But to cut a long story short, you need to believe in yourself. You need to use your voice to express yourself in order to position yourself. And sorry, what else are you saying? Your main primary concern is your brother. Am I right to say that he's your younger brother?
Yeah.
Older?
Or
But
they're
he-
older.
But there are two brothers and he's the younger brother, right? Of the two.
The one that's alive. Yeah.
Okay. So the one that is on the other side is the oldest brother.
Yeah.
So, but for some reason, they're giving me the impression that he's a younger brother. Is that because of his personality, or did he have a weak personality, or did he have like, something like that?
I think he was mentally disabled.
All right, I get what you mean now. Yeah, so he was like a young boy, like a younger. Up here, he's like younger. Oh, that's the reason why I feel your pain. Okay. And I know that you're also here to ask if possible, to find out if you can find out the answer, like why was he taken from all of you so soon? And
Not really.
but what they're saying is that you are still looking at him in the original form that he was, the physical form that he was when he left you. But they're telling you that when they are over there, they heal, they transform. So, but for you, it's like you and your family, you envision him and you feel him as the original form he was when he left, because that's how you recognize him. But until you shed that image of him in the original form that he was, in terms of his special needs situation, then he won't be able to come forward to you in his true form right now. And all of you are so worried about him Okay, and Gabriel is saying that the best person to talk to you about this would be me,
Okay.
because I have a similar situation. I just went through a similar situation, and I understand the pain. But the thing is that it's very hard letting go, and a part of us worries so much when when you know, having lost that person that's close to us, like how are they going to be on the other side? Is somebody looking after them and everything? But that's where you have to believe that regardless, and this is not coming from me, all these words, okay? That regardless of regardless of any religion that is out there, the primary basis is that regardless of whatever religion is there, the soul heals. And this is coming from Michael. The soul heals in its transformation. It has already done its karmic cycle on earth. And so when it returns, when the soul returns to God, it returns as a whole, not as part of it. And when you can understand and accept that, then you will feel a lighter, the weight of worry and the burden of it will be lifted from you.
Okay.
So, and I know how difficult that is, but trust me, it's a process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. But the formula, or rather the way to lighten your worry and lighten your burden and lighten your load is to know that he is not special needs on the other side.
Okay.
So he's going to be fine. He is fine. And that's why his healing is taking a little bit longer.
Mhm.
Okay. So Gabriel, Michael, Raphael is telling you, lose that load, that anxiety, that worry, lose that feeling that what else can you do to help him? Because he has way better help over there. He has the help of all the angels, the healing. All right. And the reason why you dream of him the way you did is because if he appears to you as a whole, like the way my son did, you cannot recognize him. So he has to come to you in the way that you remember him. You have to release him.
Okay.
Not only you, but everybody else in your family who knew him, who loved him, who looked after him, who grew up with him. And okay.
I just wanted to check, I guess.
Mhm.
I didn't know what would help, but
Maybe that's the reason why Kuan Yin is here. This is the first time that she's here. She has never come here, although, you know, I call her the lady in white, but she's a separate, she's the twin persona of Kali, and Kali has been here. Now I understand why Kuan Yin was here, because she is telling you it's okay. Just don't try to. Kuan Yin is telling you this, my child. We understand how you feel about your brother, but you also have to understand that there is a karmic cycle that rules the universe, rules each person's destiny. And regardless of what you do for your brother on the other side, fact of the matter is that he will have to fulfill certain deeds and tasks over there in order for him to be fully reincarnated. and his incarnation has not happened yet. And on top of that, your brother himself does not wish to come back in the form of anybody else that's related to you, because of the he feels that now is his time to go to another family to help that family. Because whether you realize it or not, but when a child comes to us, or a person or a member of a family comes to us in the form of a special needs child, it is a blessing to you. And he, in turn, goes through his karmic cycle by living the life, you know, it's almost like you had an angel with you, because they don't do any sin. So for you to want him to come back to you again in the same form or in another form, it's just being too greedy.
Okay.
And hard. Very.
Back in a form. I just feel like I owe him.
I know. That's the feeling I got from
him.
Huh?
I don't want him to come back or to be greedy with him. I just felt like I owed him.
I know. It's never easy to let go. And that's the reason why they're saying, don't bear the guilt. Don't feel, you feel a sense of responsibility, and you feel disappointed that maybe that you couldn't fulfill that sense of responsibility. It's something. And also another thing is that a part of you doesn't want to let the memory of him go and move on, because you feel that moving on without him is just not right to him. You know, that you want him to continue somehow, other, no matter how distant, that you want him to continue being a part of your family. That love connection, that string, you know what I mean? Because whatever is your family, and you have that nurturing instinct towards him. Yeah, that's the right term, nurturing instinct. Okay. I lost my son very, very recently, and he was special needs. So I understand exactly what you're feeling. And there is not a single day that goes by that I don't feel guilty that he left so early. All right. So it takes time, but you need, regardless of whatever happens, somebody was told this earlier, that the world still turns. There's going to be a morning, there's going to be an evening, there's going to be a night. Let your brother move forward to where he's supposed to be. Okay, good. Okay, one more. Something else here?
So I was going to do some energy work on her.
Okay. Heart. Head.
Heart chakra.
Head. Heart, mainly heart.
Yay. Okay. So
also, may I say one more thing? I do not know that whether you have gone through all this, but whatever you're going through, the heart, the pain, the anguish, basically all that you're going through that's pulling you down, somehow the anxiety has gone down to your tummy too, like a gastric or something like that, like, you know, and that's because of that. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, ready to do some work on your heart chakra?
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So when you were born, and by the way, one of your strongest archetypes is the mother archetype, Mother Earth or mother in general. And just above the horizon when you were born is the asteroid Ceres, which she's the goddess of fertility, or the Mother Earth goddess. And so you have that as, just because anything that's just above the horizon, like we're born at sunrise, so the sun is just above the horizon. The sun is lined up with Venus, so Venus is right there. So your strongest energies are the Mother Earth energy, the consciousness energy of the sun, the visual energy, and Venus, which is the heart, which is love, which is also shows up in the charts of people that are super creative, that have to express themselves, like artists or musicians or poets or writers or whatever. You might be a writer particularly, but anyway, you are a very talented person according to the chart I'm looking at here.
Thank you.
But where you have some issues, Venus is opposite to Neptune. And that is, Neptune is the subconscious, and it's the back of the head. And Venus is the heart. And what that generally means, and by the way, that's also happening right now, today. It's not an opposition, it's a square. But generally what this means is there are subconscious or psychological issues around relationships.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Okay. Okay.
And it often shows up in people who had parents who were not available to them. Either they were alcoholic or they were gone, or someone who has died and they're not available. So this is something, the Venus-Neptune connection. And so we can everybody who's here can connect their heart chakra to the back of their head and work on subconscious or psychological issues that are interfering with relationships. And like I said, it's often psychologically, they often call this child of alcoholic or someone whose parents were unavailable to them, or it could be a family member who has died, like in your case, or in Juliana's case. Or sometimes it's just people who's just not there for them, or the feeling of not being there for them. And it can be other people not being there for you, or you feeling like you're not there for somebody else. This is happening in the world right now. So we're all dealing with maybe people that aren't available. And Venus is about to go retrograde, which it was when you were born. And that means a person who needs to disentangle themselves from certain people in their life, or they need to let go, or they need to detach, or they need to, deal with letting go of unavailable people, let's say. Is this making any sense to you?
Okay.
So would you please put one hand on your heart and one hand on the back of your head? And then anybody else who would also like to deal with whatever their subconscious psychological issues are around relationships or money or anything involving transactions between people. And then ask the angels to help them release and clear whatever. And this is why there's so much sadness in the air today that Juliana mentioned in the angels.
Yeah.
It's because this energy is peaking right now of people not being there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That we would like to be there, but they're in our head, they're in our subconscious, but they're not in front of us. They're behind us. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so let's hold those points and ask the angels to help us deal with whatever our losses have been. And the next 6 weeks, while Venus goes retrograde, is going to be about us releasing and clearing and detaching and disentangling ourselves, or where we may have cords to other people that we need to let go and surrender. Okay? So let's now, I'm going to be quiet. Let's just ask the angels to help us with that. If we hold one hand on the heart and one hand on the back of the head. Okay?
Okay, Gabriel is coming forward, and it's not just for Deb, it's for all of us here in this group now. So all of you who have a wish for Gabriel in terms of your relationship, whether it's to move forward or to stay or release it or set new directions, please talk to Gabriel right now and ask him, make your wish to him privately. Gabriel is saying a lot of you are whispering. He wants you to shout out in your mind, talk, and ask for what you want. There's a lot of healing in this group today. Melanie, can you switch on your video for me to see you? She's not there.
Okay.
Oh, there she is. Come closer to the camera. You're feeling much better, aren't you?
I do have a question, which I'll send you.
Okay. Let's wait for Dean to
Okay.
finish.
I'm done. If you have anything more to say in regard to what we just worked on, because that's some intense stuff.
It is. There's been a lot of healing in this group today. What Gabriel did, Gabriel's telling me to explain to everybody what I saw, and basically what Gabriel is doing, because a lot of you have a lot of pain and anguish in your heart today, and I'm not too certain, and I really feel for each and every one of you. Today's group is very different from our other groups. Every one of you is coming here and asking for help. And but some of you can vocalize it. So what happened was Gabriel came forward, and as we were working on that, we also were working on all of you. Now, what Gabriel has done, he's cut the cords that bind to free to free those who are affected. I mean, not every one of you, but there were some toxic cords in your life that needed to be cut for some of you. And what Gabriel has done is he cut the cords, even though you didn't ask for it. But in doing so is to free you in order to move forward on your journeys and to lighten your load. And he's saying that to all of you, and you know who you are individually, that what you make of your life going forward is now your own, it's your own. Make the right choices, but know that you move forward from today onwards without the burden of that weight on your shoulder in terms of the relationship issues, in terms of the emotional issues. All right. Now, I'm also